SoulSight, when God is silent, faith, doubt, and the human mind. Welcome to SoulSight. This is not a debate. This is not a sermon. This is not an attack on belief. This is a conversation the human mind has been having for thousands of years, often in silence, often in fear, often alone. Some questions don't come to destroy faith. They come because faith is alive. Let us begin there. Why does a human being step forward to protect God? Think about it slowly. If God is all-powerful, if God is eternal, if God is beyond harm, why does God need defense? Why does questioning God offend people more than suffering ever does? When a human bleeds, silence follows. When God is questioned, anger rises. What does that say about belief? Is God fragile, or is belief fragile? God is silent. But rules speak endlessly. Why? Why is silence described as divine wisdom, yet questions are labeled rebellion? Why are we taught what to believe, but never taught how to feel? Why is obedience praised, but understanding ignored? Faith is presented as strength, but what kind of strength collapses when questioned? If truth is eternal, why does it fear curiosity? If truth is real, why does it need protection from thought? We are told, have faith, but faith in what? In truth or in tradition? In God or in inherited ideas? If faith is strong, why does it depend on fear? If faith is real, why does doubt threaten it? Truth does not fear questions. Only fragile ideas do. If truth is one, why are there so many religions? If all paths lead to the same truth, why do those paths bleed? Religion speaks of peace, yet history remembers blood. Temples were built, churches were raised, mosques were filled, but graves multiplied faster. Who changed the message? Was violence written by God or by humans protecting identity? If God is infinite, why must he belong to one group? Why does faith divide humanity instead of uniting it? Why does belief create borders where humanity should exist? We search for God everywhere, in books, in buildings, in rituals, in words. But why does God never seem to search for us? If God is everywhere, why does loneliness exist? Why does a believer feel abandoned in the quietest moments of life? Why does prayer echo unanswered when the heart needs it most? People say, God is testing you. But what kind of test breaks the student? What kind of teacher stays silent while the student collapses? We are told everything happens according to God's plan. Then tell me, if the plan is his, how does the mistake become mine? If everything unfolds by divine will, why is guilt placed on the human? If suffering is necessary, why is questioning forbidden? Why is pain holy, but curiosity sinful? God does not speak, but punishment is loud. Fear is loud. Threats are loud. Hell is loud. Why is love so quiet? Why is doubt treated as disease, but blind acceptance praised as devotion? Why is curiosity dangerous, while ignorance is rewarded? Why is asking seen as weakness when every discovery began with a question? Science advanced because humans questioned. Philosophy evolved because humans doubted. Progress was born from curiosity. So why does faith fear the same process? If God created the human mind, why punish it for thinking? If God gave intelligence, why is its use discouraged? If God is truth, why does truth feel threatening? If God is love, why is fear used to protect him? If God is beyond religion, why does religion fear freedom? Perhaps God is not offended by doubt. Perhaps God is not threatened by questions. Perhaps God does not demand belief the way we were taught. Perhaps God does not live in noise. Perhaps God lives in stillness. Perhaps God is not found in answers, but in the courage to ask. Perhaps God is not watching us from above, but awakening within us. When you question, you are not rejecting God. You are rejecting borrowed belief. When you doubt, you are not weak. You are honest. Faith that cannot survive questions was never faith. It was fear wearing tradition. Look closely at history. Every religion began with a questioner. Every prophet questioned something. Every spiritual revolution started with doubt. Then, why are followers taught to stop questioning? Why does faith demand silence only after it becomes power? Why does belief become rigid once it gains authority? Perhaps the real danger is not doubt. Perhaps the real danger is unquestioned belief, because unquestioned belief can justify anything: cruelty, violence, division. Questioning is not destruction. Questioning is responsibility. If God is real, truth will remain. If God is real, questions will only bring clarity. And if God is silent, maybe silence itself is the message. Not obedience, not fear, not punishment, but awareness. If you have ever questioned quietly, if you have ever doubted in silence, if you have ever felt alone in belief, you are not broken. You are not sinful. You are awake. This world does not need fewer questions. It needs braver ones. If this reflection slowed your thoughts, press like so this reaches someone who needs it. Share your thoughts in the comments, not answers, questions. And if you want to explore life beyond surface belief, subscribe to SoulSight. Here, we don't give conclusions. We create space for truth to breathe. Until next time, keep listening to your soul.